Hey, thank you so much for chatting with me.
Thank you for chatting with me too.
And I heard you reference you are a cinephile, so that's my name, so it's kind of fitting. I don't hear it that often.
Yes. Amazing.
So, your second feature film is this idea of, the rom-com across the eons, and we're jumping all over. I think I heard you say in another interview that I saw, it was kind of like Doctor Who chasing their love throughout. Like, what was the idea? What inspired this kind of a take to go on a journey like this for your love?
Well, a lot of my films begin as a joke, and then I sort of go, oh, there's something in that, actually. So I think I sort of joked about the idea of, like, imagine if your stalker just wouldn't go away to the point that they followed you after death, And I don't know, there was a couple of ideas, sketches. I did a sketch for my radio show, which was about a sort of female Doctor Who just used the time travel machine to kind of pursue a man who dumped her, and that just being funny. And and I did a music video a few years ago where I played an obsessive kind of woman that thought she was reincarnated, essentially. So there's lots of different things that come together and converge into going, right, this is the one we're going to take the plunge on and make into an idea. But also working through lockdown, kind of going, it's really difficult to make a film, I might never get another chance. I'm just going to put everything I love into one film, and that's what this is. It literally is everything I've ever wanted to film in a film.
So that was kind of clear, and I saw the different eras you picked and the places you picked. I'm from New York City, so...
And you were like, that's not New York. Hang on a minute. That's not New York.
Well, I appreciate filming locally and supporting the locals. I'm all for that. But the spirit was there. I felt the spirit.
Well, I kind of adopt the idea that it's theatrical. The whole thing is a fantasy, really. So it's Agnes's perspective on things, which is kind of weird and screwed up and small scale and like a girl playing with a dollhouse, essentially. So we kind of made it work, and that was the only way we could make it work because we didn't have enough money. But also you have to have that mindset or films don't get made. Do you know what I mean? You have to have a kind of can-do attitude. Let's see how we're going to make this work, essentially.
So of all the different places you picked, the French Revolution, Victorian era, New York City in the 80s, the apocalypse, was there a time frame, another one maybe that you were trying to squeeze in or something you needed to do?
There was definitely a bit, there was a bit that I wanted at one stage that was Russian, and it was with trains and snow, and there was just no way that was ever going to happen. That went quite early. But I could go on and on. I could do a TV show like Quantum Leap. I would love to, actually. But not really. I think for me, like, the eras are about A, what I like, and B, there's sort of romanticism across the eras, like what the idea of romanticism is, and sort of some of it is religious fanaticism through to poetry, literature, rock music, whatever you want, and romanticism with a capital R, individualism. So it was kind of about that journey, really, and that informed it. And also how women are affected by those things, the sort of consumerism of those, the sort of tyranny of those narratives, I suppose, that when you write a rom-com, you're like, right, how do I not make this into a story that's so depressing? Because it's always the same story about, Snow White meets her prince and the end. The end. We never find out if she finds him annoying because of his snoring or whatever. That's the end. So I was kind of like, that was the challenge for me, to how to write a more modern narrative about modern love, or in a way rejection of love, because sometimes is it that good for us, really, or some of the behaviours that it elicits from people can be quite damaging, essentially.
Well, and it was refreshing because usually it's that third person that keeps the two apart, but yours is slightly different. I won't spoil it. It's like
for me, it's also a film lover's film. It's basically It's about pursuing independent film, which at times can feel like an absolute madness, or a sort of romanticism which can be sort of damaging because it's very hard to make film. It's not necessarily financially the wisest step to make in your life, but you know, why do we do it? We love it, you know, we pursue it because we love it. And you know, for me it was all about my love of cinema and my love of you know, that form essentially.
And when people walk out of there, and I almost have no doubt, like me, laughing about it and reflecting on certain scenes, but what is it that you hope they take away when they walk out and think on Timestalker when they walk to the pub down the street?
Well, I hope people laugh their asses off for a start, but you know, there's a reflection about it as well. If you want to take it home, you know, there is a sort of darkness to it because it is a woman's delusion, and you never escape from that delusion. But there's two ways to watch the film. You can watch it as a fantasist or watch it as a realist. And I guess after reflection, you can kind of think, was that the real ending though? Really? Did that really happen? Or is there something darker happened? And to really, I don't know, but to also go, oh, it's nice to be able to go to the cinema and be challenged a bit and to laugh a bit and to kind of go, God, I've never seen something like that before. Which I just think we need more in British cinema generally, because there's a aversion to risk taking, and to me it's exactly what we need, is risk taking, is seeing stuff that we're like, wow, that was bonkers, you know.
I totally agree. Well, thank you so much for taking the time with me. Best of luck with the film as it continues the journey.
Thank you, it's really lovely to meet you.
Same. Enjoy the festival.
Thank you.
Thanks so much, Alice.